The Django! You black son of a bitch!
Dear son,
Don't tell the truth though. Put him in the booth though, beat my suit though. Yeah. You so new though, don't tell your truth though. But I'm in the booth though, beat with my suit though. Yeah. Back in the day, I like to write that shit. Technology, I wanna film that shit. Film that shit. Sitting in my Benzo with my Lorenzo with a new in screw. You can ask my kinfo, she can probably dip it low, really, really, really slow. Look at little mama, no hands. She conscious, but she came to dance. If she gon' want that advance, she gon' have to show me more than that ass. The Sims in the club, and you know they watching. They tipping, and oh, they not stopping. No stopping, no stopping. You popping, you dropping, you drop it, you drop it. You pick it, you shop it, you upgrade your closet. You upgrade your closet.
Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with a bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that. Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with a bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that.
Walk like that, cause I talk like that. Built like who, you ain't boss like that. Send me in the gamo if we gotta spark back. Rather put a hips on my waist than a strap. I slap a booty, watch a booty slap back. Bounce it up, now let me see you throw it back. Cock it, baby, like you about to bust back. Chalk 'em out when I hit the flow. Smooth criminal, no Billie Jean. Like Mike Jack with a gangster lean. No James Brown, but I'm a bad man. Gon' tambourine and put it in my hand. No Costco, I'm tryna sample that. No layaway, I need it right now. Front and center, tryna wipe out. Tryna surf a wave until it's lights out.
The Sims in the club, and you know they watching. They tipping, and oh, they not stopping. No stopping, no stopping. You pop it, you drop it, you drop it, you drop it. You pick it, you shop it, you upgrade your closet. You upgrade your closet.
Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with a bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that. Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with a bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that.
Like brother polite, you the god of the earth. How do you know? Ask mama since your birth. Can't respect goddess, then you don't know your worth. Having real fun, my yacht real fertile. Love it when the goddess jump over that hurdle. You could be a turtle, but your ass got a critter. Came from the bottom and she pop it like a turnip. She pop up like a turnip. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta roll that special stuff up, man. Take you to a whole nother dimension. We call it the upper room. Hey. You say you come to smoke, but you never smoke real heat. Said you a rapper, but you never sell none. You said these niggas not feeling my album. You telling me that your album is astounding. I take a listen and I'm like, oh no, 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 no. You not lacking in devotion, but you lack the passion, there's no potion. Married to the game, need to divorce it. When it's really in you, ain't no forcing. I said we smoking in the streets, talking public. Yeah, I be the blick in Republic. You tell me that it's priceless, but I see the smell on the writing. Talk shit, yeah, I had enough shit. If you wanna do it, we can do it in the public. You be talking shit, but we knowin' you ain't solid. You be on that iffy like criminal and wallets. And I be smoking on that grind now. Yeah, I'm smoking right now. Trying to connect it 80 eyebrows. You know the Pioneer open right now. These niggas can't tell me nothing. Cause they frontin' and you know I know there's nothing. And I don't believe you if you tell me that you love me. If you don't even love you. We smoking in the streets, talking public. Green fully fresh and they love it.
Hustling my desires on the road to perfection. Tugging on me like a fiend, discipline my resistance. Some days I got it, but others feel like I'm slipping. My mission getting distant and these haters keep pitching. Trying to strike me out, but I'm batting under 4. And he pitching over 3, they ain't fucking with the P. Call me Grand Slam Gouda, bet I knock it out the park. Yeah, them mixes is loaded, they wasn't ready from the start. But I finish every time.
What up, what up, what up? Need to adjust this camera real quick. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the top of the morning show. Top of the morning show with the Royal Flush crew. I know, double applause. They was waiting. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to the building, to the top of the morning show. Let me get everything popping, y'all. We've had some technical difficulties. I had the lights then popped off on me, but we are here, and we are active like activator grease, like juice, activator. Y'all know what I mean. All right, but I go by Cedric Blickman, aka Blick. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna be piloting this ship for today. But I'm nothing without my crew. So let me go ahead and introduce the crew. We got the Royal Flush crew in the house. What's good? What's populating? What up, Coco? What up? What's popping? How you feeling?
Great ride. It's a beautiful day. Feeling real good.
You out here in the
Hopefully
streets?
everyone else is too.
Got you.
Yeah.
You done made it though. Look, you done made it. You out here working out. Look, I ain't gonna put your business out in the streets, but I heard you was in here getting it right, getting it tight out here. Got him.
I just want to say, you're looking really beautiful. Okay.
Ooh, you better stop getting compliments. Shit, you better stop.
Right. She's glowing out here in these streets.
Yeah, that's that fast. She just got off that fast too. Look, I'm just putting your shit all out there. My bad. Look, she glowing though. She out here glowing. All right, we also got Super Juicy in the house. What up, Super Juice?
Juicy in the building.
Juicy Juice.
What's good, y'all? Grand Rising.
Yeah, man. Good seeing you. Good seeing you.
You too. You too looking marvelous. Just marvelous.
Sitting around looking how you looking.
I tried. I woke up like this. I was, just.
Hey, you woke up with the lipstick on too? The hell?
Yeah.
How do you do that? How you do that? Like,
It's
what kind of
just
lipstick
lip
is that? Oh, okay. You
It's
glossy?
called Super Juicy.
Super juicy. You probably got it because of that.
Superpowers.
I heard that. That's what's up. All right, and then you already know it's Monday. We got Goddess in the building. What's up? Goddess.
Peace.
Peace. You already know, if you guys, some of y'all new viewers that we have, every Monday we have tea with the stars. So we can be able to get some tea out of the stars, not just human tea, but astrology type of tea. So we got her in that building as well. Yeah.
Astrology tea. Happy New Year, everyone.
It is. Yes, it is. You ain't never lied. The true New Year is in March. That's some fun facts. All right. Then we also got...
No, it's today.
Today.
Today's the day. Okay.
Yeah, well, it is today. It's March. We're in March, right? I think so. Yeah, we are. All right, let's keep it going. All right, so we got Femi Fields in the house. What's up?
What's up?
Popping was popping. Appreciate you. Gathering the troops.
We's on our coffee grind this morning.
I seen you had everybody. I was like, dang, they all up in there. What's going on? What's popping? All right, for sure. But yeah, sit back and relax, y'all. You already know we chilling. We talking about inner earth today. We'll talk about that. And we also got Poetic Poison. Poetic, what up? What's good with
Never trust a big butt to smile.
you? Hey, look like she got her breakfast going on as well. So I guess we really gonna be good.
Yes. It's all great on this earth.
Yeah, exactly. On this planet. That's what's up. And when our powers combine, we are the Royal Flush crew, you guys. And yes, like I said, once again, we are here. We're chilling. And we got a couple things we're going to be doing today. Today's topic, like I said, we don't really talk about it that much. We have talked about it a few times on our show in the past, if y'all know about our Bigo history. But just on the show, the top of the morning show itself, we have not really talked about it. So today we're going to bust it open just to see how everybody's opinion is on it. It's no right or wrong answer on this, of course, because this is one of them conspiracy type of things. But you know how we do it. We like to definitely be able to bring those topics up that's going to spark interest to make you pay attention to it. So sit back, relax while we sit here and chill. I'm trying to look who's in the building right now. We got a couple people in here. It say we got 150 people in here. We got KB in the building. What's up, KB? That's one of our boys. He with the family as well. Yep. Okay, cool. So let's talk about it, man, before we go in. Let me get Poetic. I think she's going to go ahead and probably bring up the inner earth. I don't know if we have a definition for the inner earth. If you can look that up for us real quick, let's just see what they say about the inner earth.
I was already on it.
I already felt it. I felt it in my spirit. I felt it. I felt you. All right, but I don't know, man. Inner Earth. When I first started hearing about Inner Earth, it was a while back. What I did was noticing a few different people were showing pictures of the globe, right? And whenever it got to a certain part of the globe, normally around the like the North Pole and certain things, it was always something weird. On different pictures, it would look different. Some pictures it would have ice. Some picture it would just look distorted, I guess, in that particular area. So then I would go on Google, right? And I'm looking on Google like, what's going on? Like, all the pictures of the Earth. I want to see pictures of the Earth, actual pictures. We in 2023, y'all, and they still ain't brought no damn iPhone to outer space to take no damn pictures. I'm just saying, something's looking weird. Something's looking kind of fishy. I'm just gonna be with you. But yeah. So I was saying to myself, I was like, why are all the pictures that they show of the planets all like CG type of vibes? You have a few nowadays. Let me get it twisted. I did see something on, I think it was one of these channels where you could see like the Earth slowly, and it's like a camera that's going around it. That's the first one I've ever seen. But every single one that I've ever talked about when it's showing Jupiter, Mars, Pluto, any planet, it's always a CG type of look. So I was on one of my conspiracy things, one of these days, and I was trying to see, and I ran into an actual video that was talking about the inner Earth. And they were saying the reason why they don't show the whole entire Earth, because then it would expose that it has an actual hole in it. And I'm like, a hole? Get out of here. Ain't no damn hole in the Earth. And so I'm going in, researching. And there's other people that believe in the same theory. So there's been people throughout the years that have had this particular conspiracy. And then they have it to where, man, it goes deep. It goes where they talk about these are where the giants were. These are where original civilization. They says the Garden of Eden that's why it can't be found, because it's actually on the center of the earth. They talk about from Mayans, people disappearing and stuff like that. They say aliens have all been into this particular center part of the earth. So I was thinking to myself, like, let's see, man. Let's just see how we feel about it. So I do have a video that I'm going to play for you guys. It's only like 10 minutes real quick, talking about different conspiracy. It was hard to find one of someone that actually believed in it. But like I said, it's philosophers throughout the years. You'll see through time that actually believed that they had a center place. And so some have risked their life. They spent their entire life searching for this particular place. They also connected it to saying it was possible, like the Bermuda Triangle. To some of the stories when they talk about the Bermuda Triangle, where people just disappear and shit, and you don't know where they at. They trying to say they all in the inner Earth, supposedly. So,
could you explain it? I'm having a hard time understanding the concept. Is it saying that Earth is inside of us, and so this is not even a reality?
No.
And I looked for the definition.
What is the concept?
Earth, and I'm getting a lot of hollow Earth.
Yeah, that is another term for it. So hollow earth, let me just break it down. Thank you for that, Goddess and Poetic. So hollow earth, and what they're saying is this. It's like, if you can imagine how the earth already is a sphere. A sphere was what they're saying is a sphere. And that's a whole story in itself. And there's a particular inner part of that particular sphere. Once you go inside that particular part of the sphere, it's a habitation, it's trees, it's plants. Thank you for the picture. Appreciate you. There's trees, there's plants, there's a whole
many ways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they're saying like, so it's not just like a solid just ball of dirt, but there's actually layers itself inside of itself. So it's the outer layer, then there's an inner layer, then there's another inner layer, and so on and so forth.
Oh, okay. Now I think I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was something completely different. You know how they talk about the projection? But what they're saying is like the core of the earth.
Yeah.
There's another earth inside the earth.
Exactly. You got it.
Got it.
And so some of these people were obsessed with this concept, like beyond obsessed with it, because of certain travelers, and they found certain things, hints of it. They go inside of caves and, certain things like that. And it's showing us a whole nother world. Supposedly, how the conspiracy goes, it's like another whole sun in the center of the earth. That's why it stays hot. It's deep. It's really deep. And they hint around it in a lot of our movies. They hint around it, like the Avatar movie. they hint on it with some of the other ones. Now I know what you're talking about too. Goddess was talking about more of like dimensions. That's different. When we're talking about dimensions, it's a little bit different. It's like layers in the spiritual realm type of thing, the density and stuff like that. Now this is like a solid physical. Keep digging. You're not going to end up in China like they used to say. You're going to end up in another whole experience. So it's pretty deep. It's pretty crazy. So like I said, let's get ready to play. I'm going to play this video real fast.
Maybe China owns that too.
They probably do. China own a little bit of everything while you're playing, while you're bullnishing.
I have to say really quickly, what I found online for Hollow Earth is the Hollow Earth is a concept. The Hollow Earth is a concept proposing that the planet Earth is entirely hollow or contains a substantial interior space.
Okay, appreciate it. On top of it always. Yeah. And so, like I said, they're saying because of how Earth, it's a whole bunch of science behind it, because they're saying how the earthquakes are. They're saying sometimes how the compasses are when you're in certain areas and locations. It's supposed to be magnetic throughout the whole thing. Sometimes it has drop-off points. And so that's kind of pointing that the solidness that we think it is really something that's actually under there. So I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, so that's the purpose of us even bringing this up. Like I said, we're not even going to just drill it home. We just want to kind of just see these options. Like a lot of people don't even believe in the Mandela effect, and we've all experienced what happened with the Mandela effect. So I had one time I was talking to this particular person. They was arguing me up and down about the Mandela effect. I'm like, well, tell me about the Nintendo. Coco Noah. They said the
Nintendo Blitz.
I'm still stuck on the Nintendo because that messed with my life. I used to push it in. I blew the cartridge, put it in, press it down. Anybody that play video games out there know what I'm talking about. They saying that never existed. We imagined that in our brain. That's a lie. I wish I had my old Nintendo. I swear I do. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go to this Inner Earth video real quick. We're gonna go to this Inner Earth video real fast. So this ain't Mandela effect, but it's another conspiracy theory. Let's watch this video real fast. Now, this person, like I said, he favors kind of it not being, but he does give some good facts. So, yeah, I like to kind of have the unbiased type of opinions because you just never know. But anyways, we're going to watch it. Quick video, 10 minutes. If you guys are on our Bigo right here, make sure you go to our YouTube real fast and you'll be able to see the full video. We'll be right back after these messages.
Many conspiracy theories are often rooted in anti-Semitism, racism, and harmful stereotypes. They are often motivated by the wish to undermine or do harm to particular ethnic groups. It's important to keep this in mind when discussing these conspiracies. Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm wondering, was Godzilla vs. Kong onto something and there actually is an entire other world with its own atmospheres found deep within the Earth's core?
Since I was a child, I've been naturally inquisitive, questioning anything and everything that didn't quite make sense. As I grew, I poured countless hours into a number of conspiracy theories. Some of these theories I believe and some of these theories I don't, but some of them I do. Here I'll be studying the evidence for and against all of history's mysteries, doing the work so you don't have to, but you really should do it on your own, like check sources and all that. Okay.
On today's episode, Hollow Earth. No, you're not looking at a deleted scene from the latest smash hit blockbuster Godzilla vs. Kong, but we are about to talk about Hollow Earth, so I can understand the confusion. In fact, the idea of a Hollow Earth has been around a lot longer than Godzilla or King Kong. So let's start by asking, what the heck is the Hollow Earth theory? Alright, so the Hollow Earth conspiracy theory is that the Earth is hollow. Pretty simple. Of course, there's the surface that we know and live on, but deep within the Earth, there is an inner world, or worlds. And the belief also suggests that there is at least one opening to the inner worlds out here on the surface. Most folks who subscribe to this theory believe that the opening is at the North Pole, but some people believe that there's a second opening located in the Himalayas. And while the unifying idea with Hollow Earthers is that the Earth is hollow, there seems to be a little bit of confusion as to what is inside. Some believe that there are entire cavern systems that run throughout the interior of the Hollow Earth, and some believe that the interior of the Hollow Earth looks a lot like it does up here, complete with its own atmospheres. Some believe that flying saucers and UFOs did not come from the stars above, but instead came from the Hollow Earth, sent up here by the highly evolved people that live down there, as a measure to spy on the world above and prevent nuclear war. Possibly unsurprisingly, a lot of people that believe in the Hollow Earth theory also believe that the moon, the sun, the stars, and other planets are hollow as well. Such a theory lies in religious lore as well, as ancient Greeks, Tibetan Buddhists, and Christians all located their version of hell deep beneath the Earth's mantle. Some ancient civilizations had myths about entire worlds existing underneath the ground. For example, Mexican legends that tell the tale of a mountain cave nearby Ojinaga, which is inhabited by devil-like creatures from, quote, the way down deeps. And of course, as with almost any conspiracy theory, Hitler and the Nazis are involved too. Though the Hollow Earth theory originated long before Adolf Hitler's rise to power, it has since been co-opted, with some believing that Hitler did not die in World War II, but instead escaped to the inner Earth, possibly with a group of Nazis. This is problematic for obvious reasons, though especially because most believers thought that the Hollow Earth is home to a, quote, superior human race, harkening back to Nazis' own language when they persecuted 6 million innocent people. And while some theorists claim that on satellite imagery sites such as Google Earth, evidence of holes leading to the center of the Earth has been digitally altered to hide this, others believe that the evidence is still very present for anyone who wants to see. In Godzilla vs. Kong, the inner worlds of the Earth are depicted as an entire ecosystem, complete with grass, different creatures, trees, water, mountains, clouds, etc. But the question here isn't, was Godzilla vs. Kong a great movie? The question I'm wondering is, was it more of a make-em-up fantasy like Harry Potter and the Rings, or was it more of an inspired by true events like The Social Network or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? That's right, look it up. Surprisingly, very real-world surface people have tried to find the entrance to the Hollow Earth, and many attempts have been made. One of the most famous Hollow Earth theorists was a man by the name of John Sims, a veteran of the 1812 Anglo-American War. He published a pamphlet in which he wrote, "I declare the Earth is hollow and habitable within, containing a number of solid concentric spheres, one within the other, and that is open at the poles, 12 or 16 degrees. He also declared that he was, quote, ready to explore the hollow. In March 1822, a senator presented the case for Sims to be supplied with the equipment for an expedition. Ultimately, the motion failed. Sims died in 1829 and was said to have maintained his belief until his death. After Sims' work, the mantle, wink, was taken up by Rodney M. Clough, author of World Top Secret, Our Earth is Hollow. In 1981, spurred on by evidence he claims to have found in, quote, scriptures, history, and science, he moved his wife and his 5 kids from their home in New Mexico to a new home in Alaska, believing that they would be closer to discovering the truth of the Hollow Earth. But the wild part is he wasn't even the only person to move to Alaska with this idea. Clough found a small group of believers who embarked on a mission to find the entrance to the center of the Earth. They began on a road to Point Barrow, but abandoned the trek when they were met with a sign that read, "This is a private road. Don't go any further." In 2003, he would try again when he received an email from a Steve Curry who wanted to use his travel firm to plan a new trip with Clough. Set to take place from June to July 2007, the plan was to charter a Russian icebreaker ship and travel to the North Pole. There they would find the Hollow Earth entrance and planned activities like, quote, a monorail trip to the city of Eden to visit the palace of the King of the Inner World. Unfortunately, the trip was halted when Curry discovered that he had 6 inoperable brain tumors and died shortly before the trip could take place. After Curry's death, a Dr. Brooks Agnew would be assigned as leader of the expedition, though he would resign in 2013, claiming that a major stockholder in his company had withdrawn their money, citing Agnew's participation in this expedition as their reason. A little later, another member of the crew would die in a plane crash, leading Clough to wonder if mysterious powers were against the crew and their expedition. But as far-fetched as these explorers seem to us in the modern world, at one point, Hollow Earth was a very well-respected and accepted scientific theory. 18th century astronomer Royal Edmund Halley, of Halley's Comet fame, believed that unusual compass readings could mean that the Earth was made up of a series of shells. He also posited that the space between each shell could contain luminous atmospheres that could theoretically support life. Modern believers of the theory simply look to accounts of those who claim to have visited the inner Earth. A Norwegian sailor named Olaf Janssen told about supposedly sailing through the entrance to the interior of the planet with his father in 1811. According to Janssen, the inner Earth contains the city of Eden and 12-foot-tall superhumans with the ability to never get sick. Karl Unger, a German sailor who supposedly was on the 1943 U-boat expedition to the South Pole, claimed to have entered the Hollow Earth through an underwater passageway. The crew was then reportedly welcomed by an advanced civilization somewhere called Rainbow Island. Similarly, a U.S. Naval Admiral Richard Byrd kept a secret diary of an expedition to the North Pole in 1947, which reportedly contained descriptions of a land brimming with lakes, lush greenery, and even woolly mammoths. Now, while some of these theories could be fun to believe, notwithstanding any anti-Semitic Third Reich fever dreams, if modern science is to be believed, and it is, we know that the Earth is all but hollow. Of course, through modern geology, we know that the central point of the Earth is more than 6,000 kilometers down, and the outermost layer of the core is about 3,000 kilometers below the ground. By observing the effect of gravity on the planet's surface, scientists can estimate Earth's mass as something around 5.9 sextillion tons, with no evidence pointing to there being anything as heavy at the surface. According to Simon Redfern of the University of Cambridge, the density of the material at the Earth's surface is much lower than the average density of the whole Earth, so that tells us there's something much denser. Which, of course, might beg the question, if the Earth isn't filled with lush valleys, the city of Eden, and Avatar-like people living in concert with King Kong and the Skullcrawlers, what's down there? Well, scientists agreed that most of the center of the Earth is made up of about 80% iron, though the exact measurements are debated. Earthquakes and seismology have helped scientists when estimating the size of the core. Shockwaves are sent throughout the planet during an earthquake, which are measured by seismologists via seismic stations located throughout the world. Seismologists figured out that some vibrations sent to these stations were missing. These were called S-waves and were expected to show up on the opposite side of the globe from where they originated, but they weren't. S-waves were found to only be able to reverberate through solid material, not through liquid. This led scientists to postulate that the waves were hitting something molten in the center of the Earth. Another type of wave, P-waves, could travel through the core and be detected on the other side of the world. A Danish seismologist in the 1930s named Inge Lehmann discovered this and came up with an explanation. The inner core of the Earth, located starting around 5,000 kilometers down, was actually solid, and only the outer core above was molten. Her theory would be confirmed in 1970 by more sensitive seismographs. Not to be a party pooper, but there's more than enough evidence to suggest that the center of the Earth is more than likely filled with rocks and lava rather than aliens and or woolly mammoths. So just in case, on the off chance that you were planning on uprooting your family and spending your entire life savings trying to find the hole to the way down deeps, maybe, and hear me out here, don't.
All right, we are back. We are back. Appreciate you guys. Quick little commercial, or I don't know. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. This is something that, like I said, people don't really talk about that much. Hold on, let me switch him back. Put the goat back in there. Put the goat back in now. But yeah, it is something. Like I said, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Well, I know the stuff that we focus on nowadays is not even on that, but this is kind of crazy to start talking about, especially now that we're starting to see quote unquote sightings, and they've been showing UFOs. I don't know if you guys seen Ashanti's page the other day on Instagram. Ashanti's crew was out there filming, and some stuff was just flying by. Like, they were looking like, who in the hell and what in the hell is this? These could be flying saucers. They were going like in a certain type of order. They didn't look like regular airplanes. They had fire shooting out of them. This happened a couple days ago. So it's like, hey, let's stir up this conspiracy theory. So let's go down the list. I just want to see what everybody thinks. It's like, this is never to influence your personal opinion. I'll tell you that. Everybody believes what they believe. But I want to go down the list. So Coco, how do you feel? Do you feel that this is crap? Like, this is just something they making up because they was bored and was trying to figure out some stuff? Or do you actually believe that there is some type of inner earth? Also piggybacking on what he was saying, a lot of the religions always talk about something in the center, like hell and all this other stuff. So it's some kind of dwelling something. But how do you feel about it?
Right. I was going to say, it's too many teachings, too many books, too many personal experiences of people having some type of experience where they're going inside of the inner earth. So I believe there is something out there. There's something in there, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what's up. That's one. All right. What about you, Juice? Super Juice. How do you feel about it? Like, You know, it's just like I said, your personal opinion. Like, have you ever even heard about this before, the inner Earth and stuff like this?
I've heard about the black hole. I don't know if it's the same thing, but
Probably is.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe it's. I mean, if it's aliens out there and all these other creatures, I do believe that we do have an inner Earth, and I do believe that it's other beings out there. So.
Man, and just kind of piggy on that, like, this is what I thought when I was younger. I'm like, for real, we always are looking outwardly for aliens and all that stuff. And just when we say aliens, we can be the aliens. It's another whole, don't get me started.
Right.
Don't get me started. We can go in a whole type of passage on that. So y'all don't think that we knew when it comes to this. I'm just speaking just for the sake of the topic. But yeah, instead of looking outward, we're always looking to the stars and saying, oh, are they coming from this way? I used to think in my mind, this is as a youngster, I used to think, what if they come from like under the water? And it's only a few people I've seen in my life that like talked about it, saying it's a possibility from it being down there. And I was like, well, yeah, how do we know it's not something down there in the water? And so we're looking upward and they're coming right from where the water is, which could be the roof, quote unquote, of the inner Earth, if we're going by what they're saying.
Or what if we're in their environment? What if it's the opposite? You know, it's almost like that saying, walking hell on earth. How do we know that we're not in hell and everything else? You know what I'm saying? So,
oh Lord, that's deep in itself. Like, how can we even possibly prove it? And the whole point of what it is just to spark, like I said, a concept or a conversation. But yeah, how can we prove anything on any direction? Because, you know, we say that we go to Mars. We say that we didn't travel the moon. Like, I don't even want to go there either. But I seen the original things before the internet was popping like how it is. And they used to look at the moon landing, and it wasn't that good, y'all. It wasn't that good. The original moon thing is, and I'm saying this is truth. The original moon picture had studio actually in the first original visor. So you remember the guy with the helmet? He had the helmet, one small step for mankind and all this other stuff. If you could see super small within his thing, is studio lights. So that did it. You can't find it now. It's hard to find that shit now. But this is way back before internet was popping, Facebook. This is like before MySpace. They had some pictures and some people had them up there, and they took them damn things down. And then also, if it's no atmosphere and certain things up there, then how was the flag perfectly moving? Like, it was just moving like in the wind. It's just, really? And you already know how they say it.
You talk about the moon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Talk about the moon. I saw what the moon looks like in Australia. It's holes in there, and it looks like a happy face. It has the eyes and the mouth. Like,
that's deep. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So.
And it's a whole bunch of stuff like, you know, that I used to just be on. I'm like, huh? So the moon landing. So they used to go in and talk about the moon landing was fake. The United States just did that in order because they was in a race to Russia to try to show who's more inferior and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's a whole nother conspiracy in itself. I'm gonna just say that. But I know for a fact with these two eyes, I did see that one of those original pictures from back in the day that like is hard as hell to find, if ever. Because now all of it is CG'd out and yeah, they have their whole reasonings of why the picture looks different and all that other stuff. But I seen the studio lights. They had studio lights in it like it was actually in a damn studio. Like they were slipping, not thinking about the reflection. But anyway, so let's keep going down the list. Let's keep going down. So what about you, Goddess? How do you feel? Do you feel about this inner Earth activity? How do you feel about it?
I don't know, you guys. I don't know how I feel about all these things that you're saying, like if it's not true. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you I didn't do any of this research. Why does nothing look like that? Okay, so the inner Earth part, I really don't know. Even the flat Earth, with the moon landing, I think that these things did happen, you know? Also, Elon Musk, I don't know if you guys are like into Elon Musk or whatever. He's claiming to be colonizing Mars right now. And, you know, they're working on getting people to go out there. So it's like, if these things things aren't happening, is all of it a sham? Is what you're saying? Like there is no one out, exploring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, too, like we do have satellites out there. We do have, or supposedly, when I say we, according to, conspiracy, and that it doesn't exist. But, then what is happening? The moon thing happened so long ago. But what about Mars? What about the satellites? What about the things that they're working on currently?
Yeah.
That they're talking about. Are you saying this is all lies that they're doing just for the media?
Yeah. Well, it could be a little bit of both. I'm not, I'm just speaking just to see what people think. Now, the Mars thing is a little bit different, too. I have another whole conspiracy theory about that. But Mars could possibly be. Who knows? We could have other planets, which is a little different. But the thing with the moon, it was some science about it that they were saying about the density of it, how it is, the positioning of it. If you, I'll have to do a whole thing about the moon. The moon, literally, if you copy and paste the moon, how it looks, and then copy and paste what the Earth image of the moon is, the Earth and the moon is exactly the same, even where the indents are and the indentation. So I got to show you a video on that. They put them side by side. It's like a cloned version of the Earth. And that's a whole situation in itself. But Mars and stuff, I don't know. Like I said, I have multiple ideas about that, and who knows if it is. But I would say this: why are we not traveling to the moon often? I would think if we did it once, why are we not doing it often? And then they were saying some of the technology that they had back then for what they were saying the conditions are in outer space. It just wasn't aligning. It wasn't aligning with what they're saying.
What would be the goal? What would be the goal of traveling?
How about?
Go ahead.
How about they said it just mysteriously disappeared? How about that part?
Yeah. Well,
all the science and knowledge they had to get to the moon, they said mysteriously disappeared.
Yeah, no, that's
how about
true.
that part?
That's true. That's why
I
they
want
can't
to
get
know
back.
how y'all was talking on a landmine.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And they was on the moon.
That's true. They were having
There's
a conversation.
So much stuff you can say on a landmine.
Yeah. No, you're right. They were having a conversation on the moon with us from here, saying like, "Hey, y'all, this is what's up. This is the moon. This is what I'm seeing."
But we can't get good reception on these iPhones. But you went on the moon on a landmine.
That's a good point. But no, I know about the moon for sure. I can't even tell you about the Mars. Mars could be more truer. Mars could possibly be more truer if you ask me, really being honest. But the moon thing, I'm telling you, it's not what they're saying it is.
Plus, I do believe in aliens. And did y'all just recently see that bubble that China had? And then there have been meteors, and also quote unquote, alien spaceships sightings and stuff like that. You guys don't believe in that stuff?
Yeah.
So if they can do it, we can't.
No, we can.
I believe in that. Part.
We definitely believe in it.
I've seen some things, y'all, with my own eyes.
What about those lights that they just saw going across the sky in Cali, in San Diego?
Like Ashanti just seen it.
Exactly. And what do they call those? The crop circles. There's so many things unidentified, quote unquote, area. What is it? Area 57?
Area 51.
51. Thank you, sis. I mean, so what is your answer to these things? Are you saying that humans
a landmine, what you said about the landmine, actually, because I've been thinking about it in a logical way, right? So a landline actually transmits signals. And so just like how the phones work. So if you're thinking about it in terms of how it actually works, then, I mean, they have technology sometimes that is even ahead of what we know. And they do that to confuse us.
Well, those movies that China always made, they always telling us stuff before it even happens, but are we paying attention? No.
So it's a lot you can say about the moon landing. A lot you can say. You can tell me that your video not clear, but your call is clear. It's a lot you can say. It's a lot you can say.
That's that.
Yeah, but what if it's not a
Are right
landline?
there.
What if it's not a landline? And let me tell you, this is another thing. I don't know how it operates in space, but we're not allowed to have our phones in the military. And there's reasons why, like especially if we're on mission, people are not supposed to know where you are. So it's illegal to have your phone. And I can't speak for up in space, but I do know to some
You
degree
still
they.
can't have to this day on your phone on the airplane, but you can have it in space.
So I don't know. What if it was satellite? Who said it was a landline?
They did. No, they did. They said it was a landline.
They did.
Most definitely.
Which
yes.
they lie. But the point of the matter is, make it make some sense with you saying that mysteriously, all the damn research you had and work that you guys had to get to the moon is gone. It disappeared, and y'all don't care about getting it back.
That again. One's in the back.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, Sam. They use radio signals.
It's just making
And I
make
have
sense.
seen us have signal and have, we use a different type of radio, but like it's hard to explain, but it's almost like a whole junction box. And
Yeah, I've seen that on the movie.
they utilize it off of radio waves, and it's similar to what Fem was explaining earlier, that they will drop soldiers anywhere on the planet, and they will pull this box out and a phone. I've used it myself, you guys, and you will be able to call anywhere. Right, exactly.
I just want to know where the stars is at. I don't like how they say where the stars is at when they go, oh, we went on a certain side of the. Where is the stars when y'all went out there? No stars. Composites. Yes, they only show us composites. Whatever they're doing, they're not telling us everything. Is all I'm saying. They're not telling us everything.
It's a
whatever
whole
reason.
reason out there that they don't want us to know about right now. Other than the aliens.
And what's on top of money and access, film? Control.
Of course, just like with this whole COVID-19 thing, but that's a whole nother conversation in itself too. Let's not go there. Like,
I feel like it's when you're actually in the field of work, because there's been interviews of doctors who've left the hospital and saying like, morally, I value these type of things and I cannot work for this company more. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life after this, but I couldn't support that anymore. So I feel like it's not until you're actually in the profession, because even for me, when I was in the military, that happened to me. I was like, going so far deep into it that I was like, oh wait, this is changing my morals and values and what I believe is true. I can't be a part of it anymore. And then now when I'm out of it, it's my responsibility to let other people know, give them the information so they can make an educated decision about what they're about to get into.
Absolutely.
right.
Also,
That's the same thing I said.
researchers, lab people who have said yes, they came right out of the military or out of the government, and they had them doing all types of, experiments and stuff like that. People have been killed, like people,
Yeah.
yeah, people have died who have let out certain information, and they covered it up. So it's like you said, how do you trust after that? It's like, okay, so I do get it. Even some of the conspiracy theories, I'm like, do I really believe it? But I get it. It's like not
Like
getting caught.
like Blake said, it's about discernment. It's about, oh, sorry. But like you were saying, and like I said, and like them said, it's about discernment and doing your own research. You can't just go by what everybody else is saying. So, I was in the medical field, and I really got out of being like a CNA, because when you inside and you see what's going on, and it's not like Tim said, it starts changing your morals and your values and how you think and act. You got to get out, but you still have to get it out to the people so they can know. So it's being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, Jane Elliott. She spoke on the maps, and well, back in the day, she would show like how the continents connected. Like like you were saying, you put the map upside down, or even the two edges, right and left, you put them together and they connect. And so she was saying that that's just these are actually magnifying images, and if we were to zoom out of the map, there would be more land that we don't know about. She goes
I
in
got
deep on YouTube. You can look her up, Jane Elliott.
It kind of remind me of, like you said, the map, how it cuts off. But I'm going back to like SpongeBob, how they in the bubble, or the Simpsons, how they in the bubble. So are we in the bubble? Like, are you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to it. It makes you think, like, why does the map cut off at a certain point and then that's it? When we know.
Right. Isn't that why we have rainbows in the first place?
I got a few things to say. I got a few random. I mean, I got a few random facts. Bikini Bottom is actually Bikini Island. It's the whole little thing. Y'all should look that up. Um, Also, do y'all know Africa is splitting right now? Speaking of maps, yeah,
Oh shoot. We're gonna have
it's
Africans
crazy,
everywhere.
crazy. And then also going back to what Goddess had said about when she said rest in like the inner earth, and basically our consciousness is making all these things like you know happen or whatever. And I was thinking like, is that possibly how we came from a flat earth to a round? Not even they're not even saying it's really a sphere anymore. They're saying it's like contorted some type of way. But I wonder, did we shift our consciousness and shift that reality? I wonder. Because you telling me our ancient ancestor got everything else right. They got everything else right, but they ain't got this right. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. But they can get that right, but they don't know what we living on.
I used to think that too, like when I was learning about the pyramid, I was like, what if the beings came and they did all this and then they found a way to leave? They didn't die. They didn't go extinct. They just found a way to leave.
That part. Right. Right. So it's almost like with the extraterrestrial, they say we go to outer space. Well, how we know that the extraterrestrial not in the inner space, the inner Earth? How we know heaven and hell? That might be just a figurative. It speaking figurative. We don't know. How do we know? We won't know until we leave here, right? Did
The word to alien, like if we think about what that really means or what they try to teach us what it means or the images that they put in our minds about an alien, but then in school and stuff and when they talk about immigrants and stuff and to use the word alien, I always be like, something was with that. I can't put my finger on it. But why are we using that term for this and that? You know what I mean? Like they just again get confusion.
No. It's
Right.
the
Show
same
me
as
on the map.
weapons of mass destruction or freaking terrorists. That's what I hold alien to accord. Alien, terrorists, weapons of mass destruction. Those are just like
Right.
propaganda. Mm.
Aliens. That's what I said too. But we're not. I believe the extraterrestrial was here first, or maybe Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Like we don't know. Maybe we're invading their territory, and so now they getting tired. So now they starting to resurface. I mean,
I'm here. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm chopping in and out. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? My apologies, you guys. I'm gonna try. I hope it doesn't drop me. I don't have good service and it's not allowing me to change my background. I should have done it first. Okay, you guys. Hey, everyone. Quick reminder, I'm government tea with the stars. Probably the only time you're gonna catch me giving tea. But I give astrology tea, you guys. So today is actually the astral new year. It is the spring equinox. A lot of cultures actually don't celebrate the new year in January. This is the new year today on the spring equinox. And basically, what does that mean? At this time, the sun is directly over the equator. And so there is a balancing. So generally, we will have where we have a northern, like spring will be, spring and summer in the north, and then it would be separate in the south. So now we have a balancing. Okay, so now is a good time, you guys, to get balanced. Okay, also too, another thing that has to do with spring, you'll feel energetic. You'll feel like spring cleaning. Here in the northern hemisphere, we are leaving the old and setting into the new. So now is a good time that everything that has not been working, if you are not in alignment with things, let those things go. But I want to say, you guys, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Last week was a lot. The last time I told you guys, brace yourselves. It's going to be a crazy, hectic week. I was not above it, you guys. I fell down and stubbed my toe, skinned my knees, bumped my head. It was a lot. It was a whole lot. The spirits was coming for me. I was under attack. So, and bam. But anyway, so, I'm not above the energy, you guys. I'm a work in progress as well. And so some of you might have been feeling that energy as well. But this week is going to be a little bit smoother, okay? So today is the equinox, like I said. Tomorrow, also too, Aries enters, the sun enters into Aries, so that's happening. We also have the new moon and an eclipse. Oh my God, you guys, this week is a lot, actually, now that I come to think of it. But even though a lot of things are happening this week, it's beautiful energy. It's going to feel a lot softer than last week. And so now Pluto is also entering into Aquarius. Listen, Aquarius, this can be a lot depending on where Pluto lands for you. But I want to say the reason why too is because Pluto has not been in Aquarius for 200 years. Okay? It has taken 200 years for Pluto to enter back into Aquarius. And we are also in the age of Aquarius. So what does this all mean? This means that if there's a time to dream the dream, be thinking on your divine purpose. Why did God put you here on this planet? Now's the time. It's almost like light and like night and day, from the darkness into the light, almost from winter to spring, quite literally. This is the flip of a coin, but not, how sometimes we have the tumbling tower? That was last week. Hopefully you got the message last week and you can quickly bring yourself up to speed, because this week should be softer. It should feel a lot softer. The light is here. Also too, like I said, spring, sunshine, feeling the warmth, feeling a little bit of the energy lifting from the heaviness of last year, for instance. Okay, I mean last week. But anyway, so yes, today's the equinox. You can work with the balancing on the equinox. Tomorrow we're having the Aries new moon. The sun enters into Aries. I believe it's either Wednesday or Thursday is when we're going to see Pluto enter into Aquarius. But again, for Aquarius, this may mean a little bit of craziness, or depending on where Aquarius lands in your charts, you would have to know specifically that information. But for those of us that are not triggered at this time, or that are going with the flow and just shifting with what is not working, this can actually be a good thing. This could be, like I said, from night to day. What transpired yesterday, what happened yesterday is no longer today. So utilize this energy to either dive deeper into your purpose, or if you don't know, now is the time to figure it out. And that's it. Boom.
Here on Bigo as Cocoa Water or on IG Coco Luan.
Right here on Bigo, One Juicy on IG, ShinyPoo82, and my business email, RashawnConley.hms@gmail.com.
Yes, please. I am Goddess Trends in all the places, or all the places that I am.
Well, if you're serious about working with us, then you can hit me up directly on this platform. But my socials would be Femi Feels, all one word. That's it, that's all.
They can travel to the inner earth and see if they see me there. No, but you can find me here on Bigo at Poet Soul on social medias, all of the ones that I am on. It is only one Poetic Poison. And for all of your writing needs, you can hit me up at poetic.hms@gmail.com.